Good morning, good evening, good afternoon, ladies and gentlemen, citizens of YouTube. This is Pastor Dowell. I just got finished looking at Obama sitting up here. Let me see what this thing is. I think it's on some aircraft carrier, grandstanding, politically grandstanding, the stage playing during Veterans Day or the basketball game apparently between Michigan State and North Carolina. It almost makes me want to throw up to sit and watch what's taking place in this country, because there's not one president in this country that gives one crap rat butt about the veterans. All there is a bunch of stage playing before the cameras. These people are sold out under Satan, and they use you people as pawns in their chess game to actually get over their little wicked agenda. I kind of take the sentiments and the attitude of Jesse Ventura, because I think he's got it right. You can tell that in the world that everything is starting to drum up. Can't you hear the war drums against Iran? Now, just a couple of facts that you may not be aware of, but Iran in over 100 years has never attacked one country. Did y'all hear what I said? I said Iran, this is a fact, has never attacked one country in over 100 years. As a matter of fact, during World War I, it was the Britain, they attacked them. And then in World War II, it was Britain and the Soviet Union that attacked Iran. And then you get on up here in 1979 when they had a particular man in place, and then the CIA comes in and outs him and stuff. Then they get their sovereignty back again. You come to find out that Iraq, who was under the control of Saddam Hussein, who was being serviced by America, Great Britain, and the United States. Iraq was. They were enticed to get into a warfare with Iran through the diplomacy of American policy. Isn't that something? Fast forward a few years later, we end up going in the first Gulf War, which I'm a veteran of. The first Gulf War, they turn around, and you know what they end up doing? They go in and they kill Saddam Hussein. And since then, they've ousted Mubarak, and they ousted Gaddafi, and now they're going after Iran. Can't y'all see what's going on? And then there's the move in Africa that's flying under the radar because the media will not tell you what's going on. I'm telling you, they're after Uganda and the Congo. I'm telling you, because of the resources, natural resources and stuff. So, and let's just tell the truth. You don't believe that they got Osama bin Laden no more than I do. Isn't it remarkable and amazing? Now, when they sit up here and they get Gaddafi, all of a sudden they plaster his pictures all over the place. Isn't that not remarkable and amazing? But you know just as well as I do that Osama bin Laden is a fictitious being. And that's all there's to it. They did not capture him, and they did not throw him out in the sea. I mean, surely, I'm letting you know the type of respect they have for us as a people. They actually think that we are that dumb that we'll actually believe anything that they put out because it's propaganda. They believe this stuff. They actually believe that we believe what they say. And believe it or not, 99.9% of these ignorant, stupid Americans who don't understand nothing but believe anything that this controlled corporate news media puts out. And that's exactly what it is. They know that 99% of these ignorant folks believe it. Well, not me. I'm a veteran, 10 years. United States Army paratrooper. I don't believe it. And I can tell you right now, you should have seen on the aircraft carrier some of the, hey, you ain't getting no claps, too much claps there, because they don't believe either. They know something's wrong. And because we do have the internet, which they already got in Congress a kill switch out there for the internet, because we do have the internet and stuff, a lot of these people are able to see through the lies and stuff. But it's because they have voices out there like me, voices out there like Pastor Fox, and all these other veterans that I'm familiar with. You have to understand, I have friends that are Navy SEALs, Special Forces, Rangers, United States Army paratroopers, 82nd Airborne Division, Joint Readiness Training Center. So all I'm still in contact with. And I pretty much can, know what's going on. And I can pretty much read between the lines and stuff. Now, I'm out of touch with that system, but I'm not out of touch with what's going on in this world. And we kind of pass information and shoot stuff back and forth with each other because we're not deceived. And that's just the truth. I hope that you have eyes and that you wake up. You can see that everything that's taking place is starting to be centered around this. Do you know how I'm able to understand this? Because this Bible, if you read it right and if it's taught right, it clearly tells you what's getting ready to take place before it even happens. The names have changed, but the geographical locations remain the same. And the people who are still serving Satan and has always served Satan and their descendants, they're still doing it now. So no, I don't trust one bit what this American president says. One bit whatsoever at all. As a matter of fact, I don't even think he's an American. That's my own personal opinion. But then you look right now, you got the United States, Britain, France, and Israel all getting ready to get together in a coalition to go attack Iran again. I hope Iran defends themselves. And I hope they defend themselves very well, because I believe that every country out there has a right to defend themselves. Too long, you, the American people, have been propagandized left and right because of this lying, wicked news media who only gives you their side of the story. You can't trust nothing that these criminals say in government in America, not one thing, because they have not ever given you a reason to trust anything they say. Just look at their track record. And that track record alone, you'll be able to see how things are going. And then it's amazing because Mahmoud Ahmadinejad would get up in the UN and he would begin to tell the truth about the historical truth about the United States of America. And then all these Europeans, they start to get up and they start to walk out because they can't handle the truth. They can't face the truth because it is the truth. Because I don't see one of them on here, not a one of them, telling us, the people out here, where that Mahmoud Ahmadinejad has lied. I mean, if he is developing a nuclear program, is that not their business? Do they not have a right to defend themselves against all enemies, foreign and domestic? Do they not have the right? I mean, does this so-called satanic country called Israel, do they have their right to defend themselves? Yes, they do. Any sovereign country does. But now you got America, who's supposed to be the greatest country in the whole world, and yet we got to borrow money from communist countries just in order to keep our economy afloat, which is not even afloat at all. The only reason why we don't feel the true pain of the Great Depression right now is because we have a printing press. The only reason why we don't feel the true pain of the Great Depression right now, because right now the powers that be are not ready for the riots that's going to take place in this country. We're talking about Mad Max type of riots in this country right here. They're not ready for them yet, so therefore they continue to keep kicking the can down the road. So if you listen to me very carefully, I'm teaching you how to prepare yourself, because you can't trust in this country. You can't trust in this country one bit whatsoever at all. You can't even trust in your churches. You cannot even trust in your family, because they're deceived by the sentiments that's put out from this country and stuff. You got to start making ways with those who are in the faith, those who understand and see clearly what's going on, and they can see the forest, even if the trees are sitting there. They can clearly see it. You're going to start listening to people who have a sound mind and who has a great understanding. And not only that, not the ones who do this. Anybody can do this, but there's very few people that are doers. Those are the ones that you can trust in. And that's the truth. And that's the truth straightway. Like I told you, we're going in Iran. I told you that. Go check out my old archives. I told you a long time ago we're doing it. It's amazing. We're jacking all the resources because we're bankrupt. Because he who controls the resources, you care not what kind of fiat counterfeit money that is out there circulating in the world, but he who controls the resources control the world. I bet you ain't going to hear that in your churches on your pagan Sunday mornings. And that's the truth, and that's the truth straightway.